All right, so we're doing a little bit of trading here. We had this big move up. I just got back from lunch. Gonna see if I can try to work on my take profit accounts here to see if we can get some these evaluations passed. So just looking at this pullback here, we had this big pop up right to a pivot point, and we got this previous area of resistance, trying to turn that into support now. But I would like to see kind of pull back into this like 70 area, see what happens at the 70s. If we pull down there, big pop up there. This is the 2-minute chart. So kind of watching here. If we start building out a bull flag here, start building out a bull flag for a possible break to the upside. I'm going to grab 5 right there and then try to keep adding into this like dip right here. Big movement pushing back up above the VWAP. We got the NASDAQ, the ES, both pushing back above the VWAP. Would like a little bit more pullback here before this thing rockets. But right now, I'm trying to see if we get a bull flag kind of set up. But I think we get a more of a pullback kind of like down into here first. The fact that we pushed through all this resistance there and we've now turned it into basically support leads me to think we kind of run this 90, maybe push up there the 500s. Since that 500 level is there, we got the 5 to like 510 area was be kind of what I'm looking at. So if we break through the 90s here next, I'll look to add 5 more and then get that push up there towards the 500s to follow that momentum higher. And just kind of watching and see what happens right here. I want to get this very kind of the rate straight through the 80, 89, 88, 89s there. Push through the wick here and right up there to the 95s or more. We're right there at that pivot point right now, 89 pivot point, the high on that last candle, 93. So we get through the 93s, push up there to the 500s or so. Should be a pretty easy push there. I'm going to put my stop at break even now, 84s there. And I'll try to like trail this kind of. So we're either going to pop straight through here or we're going to pull back, stop me out for break even. I'm gonna take it right there actually because I need to be careful that I don't go over on this account because I can't make more than 50% anyway here in one day would take profit. The profit target's 9,000. We're a little over right now, so 4,700, a little over there, but I think that'll be fine. So see if we get a little micro pullback right here. I'm going to see if we just take a quick scalp through this 500 push, through the 502. So that whole number and trying to get filled there. 502s. 502s. Oh, come on. Almost getting filled, fully filled there. There we go. Getting fully filled. So that's another account with take profit and locking this in another $4,000. So $3,900 on this account. We've got this account. We made too much money today. And then this one 4,700. So 3 accounts would take profit here and lock in all that profit in. So all right, so pulling up the bigger time frame here, 15-minute chart, just a little recap of kind of what I was looking at here. You guys saw the setup, right? You saw the entry, the idea of it pushing up for that bull flag. We had the VWAP. So one thing that I always think about is obviously VWAP. So we were below the VWAP. We then pushed right above the VWAP. Look at how convincing this kind of break was. That 15-minute candle pushed right back up in there, and then this big move up. So if we go to the 2-minute chart, which is what we were looking at when we were trading, we had this big push through the VWAP. We had a lot of kind of moving up, but we didn't get much of a tracement. So that's really telling me that this is a kind of a bullish breakout, especially after this big move down. We had the big move down from the 581s down there to the 425s, and I'm thinking, okay, you know, the bulls might want to come here to party. You know, they might want to make a move here. So we ended up looking for this kind of pushback above the VWAP there. And again, you know, this area here was very important, right? We got through that resistance there, the 80s, and guess what? We then moved to make a new high there, and that's exactly kind of what we wanted to see, obviously, as we're pushing up there. So we're turning that previous area of resistance into support. That's going to be where a lot of shorts are going to have their stops at, right? There are going to be a lot of shorts who have their stops at that level. You got the pivot point right there. We push up at the pivot point. We look for the pullback into this area of resistance, turning into support, and then bam, that big breakout. We pushed all the way up there to the 16,505 area, which is kind of that area here where we were bouncing earlier. We broke through it. We got tight. We broke to the upside. So you can kind of see the idea really here. The confirmation was that we got back above the VWAP very strong, and then we got right through this resistance, kind of this double top. So obviously, if we were going to turn back down, we would have pushed up there and probably got stuck and then moved down again. But instead, we got right through that resistance. Very convincing, right? Very convincing bullish move. Just straight through the VWAP here, no real pullback, and then straight through that resistance. So the bulls, the bears at that point have to cover, and now they're really getting squeezed out because everyone's stop's going to be here at the 80s. And you can see now we're still pushing. So that was the move I was looking for, the bull flag, the breakout, kind of setting up for another bull flag here. You know, we got a pivot point to the upside. We're bouncing off this pivot point here now. The 489 pivot point acting as support. So through this 500 level, I think there's still, you know, plenty of room to kind of push back up, maybe 20s, 30, 40s. We'll see what happens. But I want to give you guys a little kind of overview on what I'm looking at here, getting through the VWAP. Very bullish, strong move. So a lot of strength, right? A lot of strength for that move higher, and especially when we turn this area of resistance here into support, right? We turn that into support. It's a good sign. You want to get long. You don't want to get short at that point. So there it is, locking it down. If you guys want to learn more about Take Profit, there's a link down below. I'm working on getting my 3 Take Profit accounts funded, and well, hopefully be getting some payouts here really soon. So if you want to learn more, you know what to do. Link down below to get, I think right now they got a 50% deal that's only going to last for a few more days, and then it's back to normal pricing, and it's all that fun stuff. So link down below, check them out, and use the code OnlyPropFirms to learn more, well, to get the discount. Get the discount. I'll talk to you guys later on.